face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Me got baby face, me got big cheer. Trump bad, Trump good, me no care. Me write big book, kill billies and stuff. Now me import and wear tie act tough. Me go Yale school, me learn big word. Now me forget everything me heard. Silicon people give me job, me take. Now me like Trump, me make no mistake. Yo, it's JD Advance. Fight walk folk, me say never die. Me protect kids, me born liberal. Him, them, there. America simple, only two gender. Me face, me big boss man. Me like America, me got good plan. Mexico water, make Gulf US survey. Me make Zelensky say thanks to my face. Too many gender for my agenda. Went on a bender, exec could the sender. Might take Panama just like na. Might take Gaza, pop then a plaza. With this one majesty.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I'm your host, Jeremy Prime Mage, I.of Unit 199. Happy to see all of you here on a Tuesday. The warm-up for Tuesday night's main event. Ogdog says the intro is too long. Well, you know what? Because of Ogdog, because of his complaining,
Mama, just killed a man, put a gun against.
all right, I'm not going to play that whole thing. Anyway, hello, everyone. Welcome in to CobraCast 199. Man, this Thursday primetime address from President Trump is picking up a ton of anticipation. I hope that this is actually something of substance. I wouldn't imagine Trump is doing a primetime address to the nation if it wasn't something. So we're going to talk about that. I'm very, very excited about it. That's happening Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Trump is going to address the nation. And he announced this yesterday, I believe. And now that there's speculation going on, we're starting to hear a little bit about what this could be. 2020 election. You know, that thing that I said, that's the, if Trump doesn't get back in office, then 2020 will go down as the end of America as we know it. And I stand by that claim. And there was a lot of people that felt like Ron DeSantis was going to win and Trump was done. And there was no way. I talked to so many smart people, man. They were like, Trump can never win. They won't let him win. They won't allow it to happen. Well, guess what? Here he is. He's winning. So, so we'll see. We'll get into that, but I'm very, very excited to see what exactly, you know, he has in store. 2 Georgia senators in question, correct? But I think that's the beginning of a lot more. And if they can prove 2020, dude, if they can prove any election interference at any level, it opens up the floodgates. It opens up the floodgates. And that is a game changer. It can't go unchecked. That's what I keep saying. It can't go unchecked. It has to be dealt with. We cannot allow that. That thing that we all witnessed that night. You witnessed it. I witnessed it. We all saw it. Watching the 2020 election, watching Trump do what he did in 2016, and then we all go to bed, and then we wake up the next day, and suddenly, magically, Joe Biden's in the lead. And there was nothing we could do about it. It was absolutely insane. Then a couple months later, they deplatformed Trump off of every social media platform. They take down Parler, COVID. It was the worst time in my lifetime. It was absolutely horrific. Watched it live. I did too. Stormbreaker says, all hail Cobra Commander Jeremy and King Trump. Stormbreaker says, Jeremy, I heard the Odyssey sucks. Chris Gore said not to waste your time. Save your money. Watch Troy instead at your home theater. Hashtag Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, I saw that they didn't like it. Chris, usually you have to wait for him to watch a movie a second time. And Alan said Toy Story 5 was amazing. Well, me and Alan just disagree because Toy Story 5 is absolute feminist propaganda. So clearly we just have different opinions, and that's okay. Beastie Man says, hail Jeremy. I also sent a Rumble rant yesterday. Sometimes I don't keep up on my page. Sorry about that. Storm Shadow says, this Cobra Cast scheduled for Chris's Odyssey review. John Jones says, my 4K Steelbook of Michael arrived at my door just now. And Michael just became, wait, is it already out on 4K? What? You're already able to get that on a 4K Steelbook? Is that for real? I didn't even know that. But Michael, one of the best theater experiences I've ever had watching a movie. And only $2 billion movies, Mario, Galaxy, and Michael. However, Toy Story 5 will certainly be the $3rd billion-dollar movie. But what a great theater experience, man. Holy crap. Watched it multiple times, loved it. So, Derby Wormy says, make me laugh, streamer. B-Wee says, 2020 election is what moved me off listening to Tim Pool religiously. I hate how he talks about it. Speaking of Tim Pool, I pre-ordered it and it released, shipped yesterday. Thank you, John Jones. Okay. Speaking of Tim Pool, I can't pass up on this clip right here. Someone tagged me in this clip. This is how Cobra Cast was born. Tim Pool brings up the oranges without mentioning the quartering while having Chrissy Mayer on his show. This is amazing.
Playing these stupid games. Oof. Burner account says banning chat, Tim. Really? Next thing you'll tell us that you don't know what the oranges are for. It has always been the rule in Timcast chat that if you post the same thing 3 times in a row, you get a timeout. You guys don't get special rules because you want to post oranges or whatever. You post it 3 times, we put you in timeout for 5 minutes.
Oranges in the chat right now. Oranges in the chat right now. Let's go.
Oranges or whatever. You post it 3 times, we put you in timeout for 5 minutes. You come back and post it again 3 times, we put you in timeout for a half an hour. That's it. That's it. People get all mad. And then they go online and they're like, Tim changed his chat to subscriber. Always been subscriber only. Always been. In fact, we once had member only chat for a while. And people were like, no, we want to chat. So we changed it to subscriber only. Playing these stupid
members only chat. This is what created Cobra Cast. For those that are not aware, this is what created Cobra Cast. Tim Pool shutting his chat down to members only because there was too many people being mean to him. So he shut his chat down to members only. And John the Beagle Dad says, yeah, D-Day Cobra, I've been here ever since. Let's fucking go. And so with him doing that, that's what made me create Cobra Cast. It was all based on Eliza Blue, Tim shutting his chat down to members only, Jack Murphy, and the rest is history. And here we are. We're still here. We're still, we're still doing our thing. But I could not pass up on this right here. With Tim mentioning the members only chat going off because people are posting oranges. Welcome to the fucking internet, Tim. People are going to give you shit. Have fun with it. Stop taking it so seriously, man. Roast people, let them roast you back. Have fun, laugh at it. But this whole thing, like, we're going to time you out. If you, it's like, all we ask for here is just don't overly spam. Just don't, constant spam. If it's a joke or else I drop the oranges, that's fine, whatever. But it's just like people just coming in and spat the chat spamming. Like, just, that's all we ask. If you want to be mean, like, you can't violate TOS of YouTube, but like, talk shit about me, talk shit about whatever. You don't make any direct threats. But Tim's like, you post oranges too many times, we're going to give you a timeout. Like, what? God, man, it's the fucking internet. So anyway, just wanted to show everybody that because I thought that was really funny. But thank you for bringing that up, Bewee. I appreciate it. John Jones says, Tim, oranges bad. Alan Tanasi says, I remember the birth of Cobra Cast. Hail. Yes. Let's freaking go. Uber Viking for 5 says, hey, Jeremy, you only get to take one game to heaven. What are you playing for eternity and on what system? Happy Tuesday. You only get to take one game to heaven. What are you playing for eternity and on what system? One game. Holy crap. Wow. That's a tough one. Because like there's so many questions. Do I have? I probably won't have online capabilities, right? I think I'm gonna have to. We're definitely gonna have this one on Tuesday night's main event. But right now, off the top of my head, I would probably have to say. I mean, I would be maybe a Red Dead Redemption, man, just because of the amount of longevity you can get out of that. Like, I would want to say A Link to the Past, but there's only so much you can get out of A Link to the Past. There's only so much you can get out of Ocarina of Time, Super Mario World. Like, you can do so much. Even a GTA, I would probably consider a GTA game, you know? Like, if we're talking one game and not having internet connection, you got to think about that. That's not just like, this is my favorite game. Like, you're talking about, like, you need to have something you can have a ton of replay value into it. So, good question. We'll try to have that one for Tuesday night's main event. That was a good question. Jason J says, and now Cobra Cast has become Trump dick riding cast. Hail Fig and Fig Chat. Has become. Cobra Cast has become Trump dick riding. When the fuck wasn't it that? The fuck are you talking about? It's always been that. Oh, yeah, now we suddenly just love Trump here. Yeah, it wasn't always a Trump-loving podcast. No. It's just suddenly become that. The fuck are you talking about? It's always been that. Dumb fuck. What a retard. How stupid can you be? Speaking of that, we do have President Trump, who was live today. Let's listen to Trump's Q&A today.
Eastern President Trump. Let's go to him right now.
Beautiful.
Is it good?
Your house.
It's a great place.
Yeah, like, really, how stupid can you be to think that, like, suddenly, like, in the past few weeks, Jeremy's really started to lean into the pro-Trump stuff. These last few weeks, Jeremy's really leaning into this pro-Trump stuff. I'm starting to notice. I think he might be a Trump supporter, guys. I got him.
It's been amazing. He won an election that a lot of people didn't anticipate could be won by anybody else other than another person who was not, in my opinion, a good person. Not good for America. I don't think good for Iraq. And I played a role in, I mean, it was very important to me to have somebody get in there that can do the job and do it well. And we have a fantastic champion, a new champion. And he won the election very soundly, very conclusively, and he wasn't favored. But by the time they got to know him, he ended up winning. And he's going to be there for a long time. So I just want to say it's a great honor to have the Prime Minister of Iraq with us. He's
Trump earlier days like, we love Iraq. We love Iraq. Iraq is great. Let me see if I can find that. Let's see here. Jason J says, it's called sarcasm. Thunder chunt. What is a thunder chunt? Jason, you know the rule here on CobraCast. It's not sarcasm unless it's a minimum $50 super chat. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, fool? The grifting continues until super chats improve. Okay? So there you have it. All right.
He's been a great fighter and he's been a great fan of America. We'll be discussing that a little bit with you. But they have tremendous oil reserves. They have tremendous potential wealth, and they have tremendous wealth, not only potential. But he's done in a short period of time. He's changed that country so much, especially toward their thinking about the United States. And we have partnerships. Chris was just saying we have tremendous oil partnerships all of a sudden being formed.
Oh, anyway, I was looking for the thing about Trump and Iraq because Trump, I turned that back on, but Trump's like, we love Iraq. Here it is, right? President Trump just welcomes the Prime Minister of Iraq. We love Iraq. No, we don't. No, we don't.
President Trump, sir, your message to the Iraqi people with the new prime minister here. Do you think a peace deal with Iran?
We love it. We love Iraq. It's the greatest place ever. It's such a great place. Mar Millen for 20 says, double it, stream chat, grift tags. Hail the 199. Hail King Big. Let's freaking go. Thank you, Mar Millen. Packing protons for a proper 199. Says, Iraq guy looks nervous. Thought Iraq was just as bad as Iran. Honestly, looks like he's about to be cast in the Odyssey. I'm being honest. It's what it looks like to me. But packing protons with a proper 199. Packing protons. Are you trying to get...
I'm so happy you love the first drop of my collection of Frankie's bikinis. We have more dreamy pieces coming our way. So tap to sign up for early access so you can get more information.
Is that what you're trying to do, packing protons? If that's what you're trying to do, I can respect that, okay? I think we all can respect that. And matter of fact, I've got another story we're going to talk about here in a bit. But thank you, packing protons. Appreciate you. Big time. But on that note, going back to like President Trump. So today, during this back and forth with the media, this is what he had to say. President Trump on his Thursday address to the nation. It's really big news. What we're going to talk about Thursday, it doesn't get bigger. Without free and fair elections, you don't have a country.
Anticipating your big announcement on Thursday night regarding election machines and integrity. Can you give us sort of a sneak peek about what to expect and tell the
Well,
audience?
I'd rather save it. It will concern that subject, and we'll have a couple of other things to
Why
say
should people
also.
watch them?
But I'd rather save it, but it's really big news. It's really, really big news. And our country has to shape up. But that's what we're going to be talking about Thursday is it doesn't get bigger. Because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. We'll be discussing other things too, but it's going to be a very big announcement. Yeah.
It better be Trump because there's a lot of hype and there's a lot of anticipation with this. All eyes are on Trump. President Trump is gearing up for a blockbuster 9 p.m. speech straight from the White House on Thursday night.
A primetime speech on Thursday night. We getting any word on what that might be about?
Yeah, the White House hasn't released any official details on the topics, Bill, but as you know, of course, Iran is at top of mind. That was the subject of his last address here at the White House. And he's also been putting a lot of attention on the SAVE Act, that election integrity law bill that is still moving through the Senate right now, stuck in the Senate. But we don't have any details. Axios is reporting that one senior advisor told them it's going to be a potpourri of subjects on Thursday. Bill?
So we got that. And President Trump is having a lot of fun right now because he just posted this over on True Social. The image depicts him presenting a map to European leaders that shows Canada, Greenland, and Venezuela as U.S. territory. So he I need to get he is such a fucking troll, man. Yeah, so he posted this 2 hours ago over on True Social. I don't know what he's gonna do, man. I don't know what he's gonna but that's our President Trump right there. He is the GOAT, and that's why we love him. So, massive breaking news. President Trump's highly anticipated speech to the nation this Thursday evening at 9 p.m. will reportedly is going to blow the lid off of the Washington swamp. According to reports, 47 will be revealing newly declassified intelligence that exposes a foreign nation's concrete plans to interfere in the 2020 election. The truth they tried to hide is finally coming to light. To underscore exactly how huge this is, the president will reportedly be joined by absolute heavyweights in his America First national security team. So that's who he is probably going to be joined by. With this lineup standing behind him, the deep state panic is about to reach levels we have never seen before. Get the popcorn ready because Thursday night is going to be historic. Let's fucking go. So I have changed my plans for Thursday night because I will be here. I will be live covering it, and I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. And he better follow through. He better follow through on this because this is what we all wanted. This is what we all voted for. And hopefully this actually does expose this BS because the American people are sick and tired of it. And 2020 was my biggest focus for the 2024 election. Getting 2020 handled, the most important thing. Big time. Dermy Wormy says, can you guys believe that Jeremy dressed up as a MAGA Mario for Christmas years ago? I'm shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked. Did I? I don't even remember. I don't remember yesterday. So I don't remember even yesterday. I guess I did on a Mario Kart stream, maybe. Tay for $1. Thank you. Philip says Trump D Rider tax. I'm not even going to try to read that name, but here since the 199, almost 2,000 years, everyone. Let's freaking go. And okay, so Ubervikings has been saying since 2020, the only way to stop this deal is to prove it was stolen. But if when proven, what is the resolution? Honestly, I don't. My gut feeling is, and I have nothing to base this off of. But my gut feeling is, whatever they are going to expose with 2020, Trump is going to try to use this to run in 2028. That's my gut feeling. I could be completely wrong, but that's my gut feeling on it. So I guess we'll see. 4 more years, Trump 2028, once they expose the election fraud of 2020. So, too old. I mean, that's what they said about Trump in 2024 as well. So, Grapthar Hammer says, we know there have been 500 Tuesday Night's main events adjusting for inflation, but how many Cobra Casts have you done? Jeez. That's a great question, man. I really have no idea how many Cobra Casts I've done. I'm sure there's some autistic person that might know or is willing to find out, but I have no idea. I have absolutely no clue. Anybody have any clue how many Cobra Casts we've done? A few. The episode counter is stuck on 199, though. 236. No, I would imagine we could be well over 500. I mean, I've done 2 in a day multiple times. There's a lot, man. There's a lot. If Trump runs again, in my opinion, he's a plant. What does that even mean? I don't even understand what that means. Brockatron says, do you actually think the Odyssey looks good? Using normies as proof is fallacious. I could use the same argument for leftists being correct because there are so many. Reminds me of the sequel trilogy. just wait till reviews drop tomorrow. I mean, if you guys think that I'm using normies as a way to tell you that the Odyssey is going to get a good reception, you just clearly haven't been watching me, or you're just so convinced that this movie is going to be bad because you're listening to all the people tell you that it's bad. I've actually talked to respectable people that have seen the movie. Reviews drop tomorrow. Official reviews drop tomorrow. I'll see you in my chat tomorrow after the reviews drop. And you can tell me it's just a bunch of normies that like it, or a bunch of shills that like it. Okay? So, there's a storm coming and nobody's ready for it. So yeah, but again, tomorrow, I think at 12 Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern is when the official embargo drops. And you'll see some official reviews from some of your favorite people. And I've talked to a lot of them, and I already know what the reviews are going to be. So, and I was right. So it'll be a very successful movie, and a ton of people are going to like it. So that's really as simple as that. Jer-El Cobra, right again. Tough being right when nobody wants to hear the truth, but that is the truth right there. But let's see here. What is this? Trump just dropped this hilarious line with the Iraqi prime minister's face in the Oval Office. He's a young man. He's young and handsome, which I don't like.
He's a young man. He's young and he's handsome, which I don't like. I'm not happy about it.
He has no idea how to respond to this. How do you respond when the president of the United States says this shit? He probably has broken English at this point anyway.
He's a young man. He's young and he's handsome, which I don't like. I'm not happy about it.
God. It's so awkward. It's painful. It's painfully awkward. Here's the thing. I don't even know what our relationship with Iraq is at this point in time. But considering what's going on in the Middle East, this is a very interesting, maybe confusing, meeting. So Iron Brockatron says, I think it looks terrible just because trendies think it's good doesn't mean it is, or else The Force Awakens and even The Last Jedi would be good movies. Yeah, I mean, dude, nobody's telling you have to like it. I haven't told anybody they have to like it. People are so emotionally tied to this, needing this to be the worst movie ever made because YouTube has a bunch of dislikes on it. What I'm telling you is it will be successful. That's all I'm telling you. And people don't want to hear that, but somebody's got to tell you the truth around here. Okay. Somebody's got to be honest about what the fuck's going on, and time will prove me right. And you'll start to find that out tomorrow. Packy Proton says, saw this on X. Weekend at Mitch breaking. Mitch McConnell votes yes to advance the SAVE Act. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Mitch McConnell's going to be voting anytime soon. But listen, let's talk about that for a minute, though. So the Mitch McConnell news, Lindsey Graham, the stuff going on in Iran, Trump's primetime address. There's so much crazy shit going on right now, and I have no idea what's going to happen, but I hope we don't lose sight of the fact that the SAVE Act is still the single most important thing right now. Now, 2020, obviously, I think that's right up there, up top, but the Save America Act is the most important thing that we are dealing with right now, and people like Mitch McConnell are slowing that shit down. Mitch McConnell doesn't want that to pass. He just doesn't. And so I did see where Scott Jennings addressed something. And listen, this is to be fair to Scott Jennings because he did get roasted on the internet over his Mitch McConnell take where he said Mitch called him, yada, yada, yada. This is what Scott Jennings had to say.
Oh, well. That's all I have to say today. To everybody who doubted yours truly. To everybody out there,
he's not wrong. However, there's more to say.
Who said that didn't happen? To everybody out there who said Scott is off his rocker, he's making things up, he's not a real reporter, therefore you can't trust anything he says. Well, you guys can kiss my grits, as they say in the South. Oh,
I do like him. I think that Scott Jennings is a cool dude. But I still think that there's way too many red flags around this story with Mitch McConnell. This picture, to me, doesn't prove anything. It just doesn't prove anything. All it proved is that they decided to drop a picture of Mitch McConnell the day that Lindsey Graham died, hoping that it would essentially drown out the news cycle for Mitch McConnell. That didn't work as much as they wanted it to work. And I think the better way to handle this is to say Mitch McConnell needs to get on video and address the American people that he works for to calm their concerns. Because that's really what this comes down to. People just don't believe that he is in a state where he... Now, look, if Mitch McConnell today resigns, nobody's going to be mad. Nobody's going to be mad. Because man's 84 years old and he's clearly not in a place where he can be an elected official. But he is currently an elected official by the American people. He's supposed to be working for the American people while our country is potentially about to fall into the hands of a bunch of crazy leftists and a bunch of crazy illegals. We got all this fucking shit going on, and a person that's supposed to be doing their job is too old to even get out of fucking bed. So a fucking picture doesn't do anything to solve the problems that people have with this. Nobody's saying Mitch McConnell needs to get up right now and start working out. Nobody's saying he needs to start doing push-ups. They're saying he needs to be able to get out of bed to do his fucking job. And if he can't get out of bed to do his fucking job, then he should resign and let someone else get in that position that can do the job. This is not complicated. So Scott Jennings is taking a victory lap, but you're talking about something completely different than what is actually got people upset. What people are upset about is that this man can't even do his fucking job. That's the problem. So, McConnell is John McCain 2.0 at best. Grabthar Sammer says, I hear Iraq is fairly successful, was a fairly successful regime change. Yeah, I mean, I just don't have any, I don't know what's going on in there. So I'm completely ignorant to that. That picture was sent by his CCP wife, spy wife. Of course, it was legit, right? I mean, there's just so many red flags around it. And I don't know, man. So, but, you know, listen, I see where Scott Jennings is coming from because he was drug all over the internet. Big time. Marmilla says, any job I've worked at, if I was missing for a few hours, there are calls coming in like crazy. Multiple days, I'm no longer with the company. Only a politician can dip for 3 weeks, and it's an A-OK. Exactly. And this right here is at the source of the problem right here, is that you have a politician that simply just can't do his job. And people are frustrated about it. People are mad about it. And they should be. They should be frustrated. They should be furious. So, okay, next up. I wanted to pull this up because, where was it? Bill O'Reilly has this video, and it's titled, Not Going Well for World Peace. Now, I will say it before you do. Yes, Bill O'Reilly is still alive. Every time I pull up a Bill O'Reilly video, people are like, he's still alive? Yes, Bill O'Reilly is still alive.
Iran, President Trump has said that the United States is going to now run the Strait of Hormuz. Good. And America is going to charge 20% tax or tariff, whatever you want to put it, on the tankers going through as a matter of fairness. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to get involved with that right now. I don't know what the...
You guys shouldn't vote in November because it's all rigged. Yeah. Okay. Good call there. What was your name? I don't see your name anymore. But anyway, yeah, he said none of us should vote because it's all rigged. Yeah. Okay.
Tankers are paying to get through there with Iran. But under the United Nations Convention, the law of the sea, all ships in the world have a right of transit passage. It should not be impeded. So Trump is following the United Nations law. Okay, you can agree or disagree on the tariff. In the meantime, Iran is getting angrier and angrier. And so they say, we're not going to let you take a look at any kind of nuclear activity we're doing.
Massive foreheads.
That's pretty much it. If they hold to that, and I don't think they have a lot more time, then there's going to be massive destruction on that country, and civilians will die.
Are you sure he's alive,
the UK
Jeremy?
got into it today by designating the Islamic Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization. Finally, after all this time, you should know that the waters in the Strait of Hormuz, which leads from the Persian Gulf out to the Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, okay, are owned by nobody, but supervised by Oman,
Dude, I'll be honest. I like Bill O'Reilly. I'm a minute 48 seconds into this video, and I want to die. Like, this is painful. Like, I've forgotten what the topic was. It's so fucking boring. I didn't pre-watch it. Jeremy Hambley is still worse to listen to. Damn. Really? You really? Like, really? Ooh. Holy shit, man. I'm done. I'm out. I can't do it. Can't do it. Won't do it. Sorry, Bill. I thought you were going to be a little more interesting, but that was just tough to get through, man. Holy shit, that was bad. I did talk about the situation with Sneeko and Alex Jones the other day, and we have a bit of a follow-up from that. Sneeko responded to Alex Jones, asking him for a second debate. Sneeko says, beg. Alex Jones says, you lied, coward. And there's been a few more developments because there's a lot of accusations like Sneeko says preparing to indoctrinate America. Really weird behavior. I've never really followed this guy, so I don't know a lot about him, but he's very much like on this like kick about really wanting to indoctrinate America with his nonsense. So I saw this clip from Aiden Ross, and Aiden Ross says he'll donate to Sneeko's Gaza charity if Sneeko moves to Iran or Afghanistan. Please move, bro. He wants to change America and make it like Afghanistan. So how about you go to Afghanistan and show us how it's done?
We were getting alienated and blackballed. I was there. I opened up a charity and nobody spoke about it. Nobody amplified it. Nobody helped it. For letting Rob.
Sneeko, if you move to Iran or if you move to one of those countries, bro, I swear to God, I'll donate. Please move, bro. Move. Show us how good it is over there. Go move to Afghanistan. You said they're welcoming all. Just please, bro. Holy fucking shit. Sneeko, holy fucking shit. No, I'm not weird. No, he wants to change America and make it like Afghanistan and shit. So tell him to go to Afghanistan and show us how it's done. Come on. Fuck. Dude, I don't know what the fuck's been going on lately. I don't want to talk about politics and none of that shit, bro. Like, you guys, we got to be consistent here.
Is Sneeko an American citizen? Is he here like as an immigrant? Like, I don't know I don't know what his backstory is or anything. I have no idea.
Here, bro, with everything going on in the world, we can't talk about one thing and not talk about everything else. I told you guys this. He needs to talk about how Saudi Arabia, an Islam country, is also funding a genocide. We need to talk about all other things. There's many things going on in the world. There's not only one.
You know what pisses me off? You know what pisses me off more than anything is I don't even look for this piece of shit in my chat, but it doesn't matter if he's on his Og Dog account or this one. I always see your fucking comments and I'm tired of it. You don't super chat, you don't send me money, and I always acknowledge you because for some fucking reason, I always see your stupid fucking account and it pisses me off.
One thing. I don't like how there's only one thing that everyone always talks about. No, there's multiple things going on. Multiple things going on. That's what we need to speak about. And I talk about that. We need to talk about that. That's it. Talk about how many people are getting murdered and raped in Europe. Talk about other statistics that are literally proven. Okay, I can explain.
And then there was another one right here. Fuentes says, Sneeko is an evil, despicable human being. He's cracking up. It's catching up to him and it's showing. I thought they were friends. Weren't they friends? I thought these guys were like boys. What am I missing?
Sneeko is cracking, bro. And I don't mean in a good way. I mean, he is crumbling. He is cracking up. He just doesn't have the constitution for this. He's mentally weak. And I knew that. And I knew I would destroy him. Look at what's happening. He is so pressed about what we're doing to him that he fled to Saudi Arabia. He goes, whenever I'm overwhelmed, I go to Saudi Arabia. Oh, is this overwhelming for you, my friend? This is overwhelming for you? Whenever I get overwhelmed, I go and cry to the prophet in the cube in Saudi Arabia. Oh, is this overwhelming? Are we getting to you? Crashing out on Aiden Ross, crashing out on Clavicular, crashing out on everybody.
Speaking of Clavicular, which is the looks maxing guy, I know I'm sarcastic a lot. I know. I talk a lot of shit. I lean into things. I want to be sincere for a moment. If you guys will allow me the opportunity to be sincere. Okay? We joke, we meme, sarcastic, whatever. But I want to take this moment to be very serious. Unity has happened. A beautiful moment has happened. An announcement that broke the internet has happened. And I want to be one of the first to congratulate Clavicular and Benjamin Netanyahu because they are reportedly dating. Want to really, I listen, man. Jokes aside, man, this is beautiful thing right here. I just want to, I hope they're happy. I hope that everything goes well for them. And just to show, like, I mean it. This is for you, guys. This is for you.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
What's crazy? This has 135,000 likes. 135,000 likes on this post. The internet is savage, dude. The internet is so savage. Oh, man. But yeah, so it's no more looks maxing. It's gay. There it is. Gay maxing right there. So gay maxing. So congratulations to the couple right there, the Israel first couple.
Slept, looks like shit, totally descending. His evil is catching up to him. He's a horrible human being. He's a despicable human being. And it's finally catching up to him. Good. Good. And I hope it does. I hope it does. The physiognomy doesn't lie. The physiognomy doesn't lie. See me? I'm looking better. I'm looking better because I'm going through it valiantly, heroically. Maybe
I don't follow these guys at all. I have no idea what's going on in this whole sphere. I just found it to be interesting that Alex Jones and Sneeko had this incredible debate where, you know, Alex Jones, and again, I feel like I need to play it for the full context so everybody kind of knows, because some of you probably didn't see it. I'll show you the smaller, the shorter clip. But the Alex Jones Sneeko thing is what's kind of opened this whole thing up right here. And it's just like peak Alex Jones.
The manifesto, they're Mexican white nationalist cat boys. So
Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Stuff like that is.
What do you want me to tell you? I'm your friend, like the Quran says, and then stab you in the back?
The Quran doesn't say that.
How about I become a Shiite with you and we take swords and cut our heads, and for 8 hours I just march you like
that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Or I could be a megachurch Christian with Kenneth Copeland drinking my blood. I could be with Erica Kirk shooting fireworks off my ass and twerking. You want me to do that? Small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing, all-powerful, sneaky
Allahu Akbar!
Sneeko.
Allahu Akbar!
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport me?
You gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes you
knocked
think
out.
you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm coming.
I know. Then tell me.
Coming.
I'm coming. Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The women. The slavery that we take the women as sex slaves.
And inshallah, inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have.
Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from
So
your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you were the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad Abraham say, you are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown and marry cousin. Bye, Sneaky. I love you.
Hey,
I'll
stop
see you tomorrow.
stop killing.
His name is a sneaky snake, oh snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Sneaky. God. So anyway, that's kind of what opened up this whole thing for me, is like what's going on in that whole world. And then now Aiden Ross saying he's going to, you know, fund Sneeko going to wherever, Afghanistan or whatever. At Fuentes. I thought all these guys were friends. Maybe they are. Maybe it's all performative. I really don't know. What I do know is that if Alex Jones wasn't involved with this, I wouldn't have any interest whatsoever. But Alex Jones is the game changer. Alex Jones is the person that shifts everything around. So there you go. Polish Prince says on Thursday, President Trump announces his 2028 run. If only, man, if only. Zach Murphy for $20 and says nothing. But then he follows it up with a 9 and says, I just got back from my grandfather's funeral. He would have been 199 years old today. 99 years old today. He was in the Navy during World War II and a true American patriot. I even got his signed MAGA hat. God bless the USA. Sorry for your loss, but that's a hell of a life right there. And nothing but respect for a true patriot. And I'm sure the chat will also offer their condolences and respect, as they should. But thank you, sir. And prayers for you and your family, and gratitude as well. Thank you for the super chats. Logan with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Clutch City for 5 gifted memberships. Dark Obsidian says, what the hell did I just watch? Isn't that every Cobra Cast? Isn't it? And, and I saw you re-upped as a member, so I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Where we at? Mar Millen says, I need someone to AI edit this Nick clip to be Jeremy talking about Og Dog and naming off others instead of what he just said. Be a perfect 45-second clip. Mar Millen, nobody around these parts is about memes and all of that. We don't have anyone that's willing to do that. I'm sorry if that surprises you, but that's just the truth, man. So nobody's going to do it. I mean, it's not like Ministry of Wrongthink goes over to Matt Morse's channel and says this right here. Ministry of Wrongthink. Here we go.
Ministry of Wrongthink says, Matt, I know you're very busy with important news, but there's a vital question you must answer. Was D-Day Cobra wearing Crocs with his suit at the White House? That is a very important question. Yeah, he was wearing Shrek Crocs. They were green. They were bright green, like Shrek's skin color. They had the little Shrek ears popping out the side. In fact, he actually shook Rubio's hand while wearing his neon green shirt. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, he was wearing nice, beautiful shoes. He was not wearing Crocs. He was wearing actual dress shoes. No Crocs. I hate to break it to you. Sorry about that. No, good question. Hey, thank you very much. Love them. They're great guys. They're great guys. It was a pleasure to hang out with them for a day or so.
Yeah, Matt's awesome, man. He's a really good dude. He and I have become friends, and he's awesome, man. So shout out to Matt. The Morse Force. He's great. He does a great job. Where are we at? Knee High Spy for 50 says, who is the dentist? Went to the dentist this morning to have 8 posts drilled into my jaw for permanent implants. Seeing Sneeko hurts as bad or worse. Fuck. Back to your regularly scheduled Alex Jones. That was savage, and I appreciate it. But I don't appreciate that you had to go through that. If that's true, damn, that's a lot, brother. Prayers up for you. I hate going to the doctor or the dentist. I hate it all. I'm probably going to die early because I refuse to go to the doctor. But Roosfar says his chat doesn't like sarcasm though. No. So Matt and I have completely different audiences. We actually were looking, he was looking at my analytics and I was looking at his, and trust me, the things that fly over here, his audience ain't about that. Okay. It's a completely different audience. So, and I'm not saying there's anything bad about that, but it is a completely different world. Matt's world is different than the Cobra Cast world. Trust me on that. Let's see here. We've got, where's that? Greg Kirby says, bro, finish the job. Talk is cheap. Are you talking about Trump? Let me see. Wait till you hit 50, Jeremy. You'll need to get probed. It's never happening. I'll just die. So, Old Salty Dog says, I discovered you after I got sick of Tim Pool, mostly because of Ian Cross. I was here for the first show, CobraCast IRL, Hell the 199, Chat Lives Matter, Mod Lives Matter. Thank you so much. Man, the fact that so many of you have been with me that long, I remember the early days of CobraCast IRL. It was absolutely fantastic, man. It was so much fun. Legalize adulthood for 1990 says Dave Rubin says he loves the Crocs because he can get into all the little holes in the Crocs. Ooh. I didn't need to hear that. Damn you. Damn you. Let's see here. Rock Bottom says you should show the video when Sneeko was crying when Egypt lost. Hilarious. I don't even know if I've seen that one. He never knew what hit him, says legalize adulthood. Stress level says, but ChatGPT Chat GPT told me D-Day Cobra is at 1,999 videos right now. Well, D-Day Cobra might be, but in terms of Cobra Cast itself, I wouldn't. Fitted Sheet in the chat said it earlier. I think I didn't catch it. I saw him saying that he looked it up. So, Udite says someone needs to put Netflix Yahoo's face on the black dude and clavicular. I always mess his name up. Face on the iced tea in that meme. ZK Mud says, Jeremy, check your X messages from Brandon Straka. He's a political guy, right? Did he DM me or something? Let's see. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, I see he hit me up. No. I'll contact them back, but I'm not interested. And they've got like some debate thing or whatever. They got Alex and they got some other people involved. I'm not interested, but I'll hit them back up. I'll accept that and respond. But yeah, I'm not interested in doing none of those tours and shit like that. But that's cool. Thank you for letting me know. Plus City Fan says, Jeremy, have you been playing any Black Ops 1 and 2? Hail the Snake Pit, the 199. Here's to 32 months in the best family on the internet. Yes, I've been trying to play Black Ops 1 on PS5, and it's not like the port is fine. It's the online play is horrifically bad. There's a ton of hackers, lobbies crash. It's just unplayable for the most part. I was looking forward to streaming it, but yeah, it's just unplayable. It's horrible. So, Polish Prince says, on Thursday, President Trump announces his 2028 run. Dougie B for 50 says, the good old days and the super chat fights. All hail the grift. We remember those days. Willie Wills around during those days, man. We had a lot of people back then. It was super chat fights. Do we still have the super chat fight emoji for members? Yeah, that was the crazy days. I do remember that. Play it at your own risk. To my Black Ops 1. Yeah, I hear Black Ops 2 is good on there, but again, it's just, yeah, the online just really bad. There's a super chat fight emoji. There it is. All right, see? Yeah, where's Samsung? I haven't seen Samsung in a while. Scully saving up for Vegas. I see Scully in the chat. Darth Gavel says Trump forever. Grindo Drum says no technical zooms in athletics. A sad day. JDT199 says, I just want to say I appreciate you being completely average, mediocre, and just okay. Thank you. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anyone has said to me. Thank you. That's absolutely one of the nicest things. Clutch City Fan says, I've been hearing Black Ops 2 is better. That is what I've heard too. I might check it out. My whole thing was I was hoping to stream Black Ops 1, but yeah, it's just not good. Okay, so I did see this as a good update, good positive update to a situation. A viral story the other day, and I'm happy to report, ladies and gentlemen, everything on the internet is accurate and real. You know that. I know that. No hard feelings, bro. I got too close is all. We good? See? That's all it takes. Just having a conversation. If you're just willing to have a conversation with someone that you're at odds with, everything will be okay. Holy crap, look who's here. Samsung199. I have been summoned for a $50 super chat. Look at that. See there? There it is. Ain't that nice? That's all because Dougie B drops the super chat fight 50, and then that brings up Samsung and some others. Boom. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Thank you, Samsung. I appreciate it, man. No, that was funny though to see that clip of that. Everything's good. Everything's good. Jeremy just has to ask. Oh, not me. I'm not like that. I'm not about that life at all. However, I have a question. This is completely off topic from the show, but sometimes an internet meme makes you think. Bed bugs when humans finally invented beds. Seriously, what was their job before the bed is invented? I mean, seriously. So, like, what did bed bugs do before there was beds? You know? Anybody got a good? It's a good fucking question, right, Logan? They were just bugs. Oh, it's so good. We'll never know. We'll never know the answer. But it is a good question, okay? Jeremy going crazy today. What's happening? Not really, because if you want to know the best meme of the day, it's this one right here. Because the summer of George Costanza is here. And it is awesome. However, I do have more stuff to talk about. We got a Benny Johnson video that I want to watch, and it's talking about Democratic senators have psychotic meltdowns as Trump drops fraud evidence proving they're illegitimate.
He just swings for Trump days after the election. Do you think they'd call foul? Do you think that libs would be a little upset if California went for Trump or Vermont went for Trump? Yeah, of course they would. So why do we accept that Georgia went for Trump in 2020? Why is that something that we're just like cool with? Georgia has a massive majority in both state houses for Republicans. They have super majorities. They have a Republican governor. It's a Republican state. The vast majority of their congressional delegation is Republican. Yet in 2020, they expect us to believe that Joe Biden won.
There's no fucking way that Joe Biden beat Donald Trump, okay? I'm just here to tell you that common sense is the only thing you have to apply to this. There is no way on this planet or the next, in this life or the next, that Joe Biden defeated Donald Trump in 2020. It's just not possible.
Georgia, and not only that Georgia sacrificed both of their Senate seats, both of them, at a 50 to 49. 50 to 49. It's always that way. 50 to 49. Like they plug it right into a machine. Look, Donald Trump only got 49. All the Republicans get 49. Republican gets 49. And the Democrats win. No, everyone knows this is just not true. I mean, it defies logic that Georgia would have supermajorities in the Republican House and Senate and governor's office, and yet would send a pure slate of Democrats.
I just saw it on my timeline. I had to show. I had to show it. I just had to show. His wife is really happy now. Oh, God.
Federally to Washington, D.C., and then vote for Joe Biden. I don't buy it. And it sounds like the people of Georgia are finally going to get some comeuppance and some truth on Thursday when Donald Trump has a major address about what really happened in that state. Of course, everybody has seen what happened with the ballot counting. Pipe burst and they shut it all down, and then they literally start dragging ballots out from underneath tables. What's going on here exactly? Well, we're going to find out. President Trump is going to do a primetime address to the nation in 24 hours, Thursday evening at 9 p.m., where he is going to talk about the hard evidence that the election in 2020 was stolen. Now, we don't know exactly what he's going to say yet, but we do know, based on some reports, that he's going to claim that perhaps the Georgia senators.
Can we just make a point too that Pam Bondi truly was as bad as everybody said she was? Holy shit, she was bad. Because I don't think this would be happening if she was still in that position. I don't think we appreciate just how bad she was. She was terrible at her job.
Are not legitimate. President Trump is planning to announce that Georgia's 2 senators, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, are illegitimate because of fraud. A well-placed source tells us. Ooh, baby. You are going hard now on this. Now, what do we also see out of Georgia? We see the FBI has been surging their agents. An internal FBI memo says that nearly 300 FBI agents have been surged to Fulton County in response to the January raid. And you have now Georgia election officials saying that they may be arrested, preparing the public.
Democrat says the county should be prepared for anything, whether it be the FBI's potential findings or the announcement of criminal charges.
Why would there be criminal charges if you haven't done anything criminal? Ladies and gentlemen, there's long been assertions that what happened in 2020 is that they straight up printed and manufactured ballots. That what was happening here in these videos was just pallets of ballots being run through the machine that had been printed out and were prepared and ready in order to rig the election for Joe Biden and Warnock and Ossoff. Now, what would these ballots look like? Well, 97% of the 25,000 of the 30,000 counterfeit ballots that were cast for Joe Biden and Ossoff.
I know I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I'm going to keep repeating the point that I said in 2024. This is why anybody that wasn't fighting for Trump to get elected, they were fighting against the future of the United States of America. None of this, if DeSantis would have won, if any other Republican would have won, and obviously if any Democrat would have won, none of this would be discussed today. This would have been swept under the rug for the rest of our lifetime, and it would have just all gone away. The fact that this is still being discussed and still a major topic, and the fact that Trump is doing a primetime address, this is exactly what I voted for. This is exactly why it was Trump or nothing in 2024. Trump or nothing.
Kash Patel has secured possession of. Out of the batch of 950 military mail-in ballots, Joe Biden received 950 votes, while Trump received 0, all in exact sequential order. This is something that has been, Rudy Giuliani tells me that he has affidavits signed from people that were working in ballot printing factories in Georgia that were there on site to print out.
And the other thing, too, everybody has to realize, and again, I'm not going to pretend that I understand the inner workings of all this, but again, I have common sense to apply to it. Everybody wanted Trump to roll into office in 2024, or 2025 technically, and just be like, arrest them all, take them all down. And it's like, that's not how reality actually works. How reality works is that once you get in office, you have to build a very, very strong case to bring against the people that were responsible for this. And that takes an enormous amount of time, an enormous amount of resources, and an enormous amount of calculation with the people that you're trying to go after. This takes a lot of fucking time. And I'm not convinced that they're anywhere near where they need to be, but at least we're starting to see a little bit of this start to trickle out. But people have to be more patient, man. The TikTok world, it doesn't allow for people to be patient anymore. They just want instant return.
Out the number of ballots they needed in order to rig the state. Let's listen to John Frederick.
Their counterfeit ballots. 6 affidavits. Now we had 4, now it's 6. 6 affidavits of veteran election officials are alleging that up to 30,000.
Lex says Jeremy has truck nuts under his lifted Tesla. A lifted Tesla? Actually, it was a picture of your mom's saggy titties that I had photocopied and then 3D printed. Your mom's tits look like melted biscuits slapped up against a wall on a hot day, and they just start flopping down slowly. So I took a picture because I was like, that's a good picture, you know?
of these 147 ballots are fake. Somebody printed them up on a machine and ran them through the vote counting machines. They're not real. They're not attached to anybody. They have 4 pieces of evidence for this. None of these are going away. None of these can be explained. Number one, they're on different paper. What kind of paper are they on? Why isn't the same paper that everything else is on? Number two, they're not folded. Well, what do you mean they're not folded? In order to get an absentee ballot, you have to get it in the mail, which means that the Department of Elections in Georgia machine folded the ballot. You can't have a ballot in an envelope that you mail back or Dropbox back that's not folded. You either got it folded or you sent it back folded or both with an envelope. So why aren't they folded? Number three, you've got the same exact bubble mark on the ballot, the same one for upwards of 30,000 of these ballots. 97% of them voting for Joe Biden, 97% voting for John Ossoff. And the fourth thing is the affidavits say that these the bubble marks are not made by an ink pen or a pencil, that they're made by a machine.
Ladies and gentlemen, what will we find out? Will we find out that that's true? Let's go ahead and look at those who have benefited from the fraud and see how are their reactions exactly. Well, Reverend Raphael Warnock, amazing how he keeps the Reverend in there, even though he doesn't lead a church and is a wolf in sheep's clothing. If you actually look at his belligerent, degenerate, and abusive history as a man, very evil person. Donald Trump is trying to cast doubt on.
He is a pretty terrible person. I mean, that dude is really effed up. And he's also always, those that preach the loudest have the most to hide. So, he's out there virtue signaling, Trump bad, Trump this, Trump that, and he's actually a piece of shit.
On the 2020 election to justify interfering in 2026. We see what he's doing, and it will not work. Stay vigilant, he says, after getting ratioed. You're a fraud. You cheat to win. You're going to be exposed as illegitimate. BS. It was all fake. Democrat operatives caught on hidden camera admitting that they rigged the 2020 Georgia election by stuffing ballots and kicking out arena poll watchers from the actual State Farm arena. Critical levels of evidence need to be reached in order to kick them out of office. But boy, that is exactly what the goal should be here. Trump's going to stay vigilant, America. It's time to protect democracy. We'll pass the SAVE Act. Yeah, that's right. Pass the SAVE Act. Donald Trump is at war with our democracy, and Georgia is ground zero. But if we let John Lewis, but this is John Lewis's Georgia, we're not in.
So anyway, yeah. So they're clearly panicking right now. I'm not going to go through the rest of Benny's video, but the point is that what's with this address Thursday night. And for those that are just tuning in, I will play to you what Trump said earlier today when he was asked about it. And he's definitely putting a lot of, attention on this. But this is what Trump said about his Thursday address to the nation right here.
Anticipating your big announcement on Thursday night regarding election machines and integrity. Can you give us sort of a sneak peek about what to expect and tell the
Well,
audience?
I'd rather
America-
save it. It will concern that subject. We'll have a couple of other things to
Why
say
should people
also.
watch them?
But I'd rather save it. But it's really big news. It's really, really big news. And our country has to shape up. But that's what we're going to be talking about Thursday is it doesn't get bigger because without free and fair elections, you don't have a country. We'll be discussing other things too, but it's going to be a very big announcement. Yeah.
So that's in the words of Trump, and I really hope that this is as big of an announcement as we anticipate, and that it seems like he's saying it's going to be, because this could be a game changer. It needs to be, but it also keep your expectations in check. It could be centrally focused around just Georgia and those senators, but it could be the beginning of a much bigger conversation to be had. And that's exactly how you have to attack these things. You have to establish these smaller scenarios first before you go up to the bigger scenarios. And so That's just a way that you have to tackle this type of stuff. And a lot of people don't get that because people just, and I get it. People are frustrated. People are mad. They want to see heads roll. And I get that. I do understand that. But in the real world, it takes time to build these cases up. It takes a lot of time to build these cases up. Let me see where we're at. MJ says, RIP Sam Neill, great person, awesome actor. Absolutely. RIP. Is it Zinspad? Is that how to say that? For 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for the 5 gifties. Really appreciate that. Flamingo Key says, hail Jeremy and the 199, not defending Bondi, but I don't think Trump wanted to drop this info earlier. I expected end of August, closer to midterms. That's a fair point. That is a fair point. But it does seem like a lot has happened since she's gone, not just with this, but just in a lot of different directions. And a lot of the thing with Bondi was I just hated how she talked. I thought whenever Pam Bondi talked, I felt like she should have been in that movie back in the day with Alicia Silverstone, Clueless. She just talked like totally as if, like that's what it sounded like, her, or the way I couldn't stand it. She didn't sound like a serious person at all. So MCU fan says, Jeremy, some people think you sent for Christopher Nolan just as much as I sent for Krista. I think that is a ridiculous comparison. You got to send me 50 if you want me to take you seriously, MCU fan. I don't make up the rules. Okay. I don't make up the rules. I just have to follow them, man. So those are the rules. Clueless, yes, that was a great movie back in the day. I haven't seen it forever, but let's see. I'm honestly surprised he's not on Fox every day. What do you mean? Trump? Literally all women talk like that now. I mean, the funny comment about what you said is women really like to use the word literally. Like literally, they literally always use literally. And I mean literally, they literally always. So it was kind of funny that you say that. So lots of beeps in the chat. Literally lots of beeps in the chat. Liberal ran cities. Like literally, oh my God. Okay. Vault 90 or Vault 95 Survivor on Rumble says Stuttering Craig on Beanie Cast tonight. Y'all gonna stream snipe and call him gay during Tuesday's main event. Buy Krista a cookie with this. Thank you, Vault 95. Is he on tonight? That's funny. I'll never be invited on, but even if I was invited on, I would never go on Timcast ever. I would say Tim is invited on CobraCast, and so Tim, I can send you a StreamYard link. I don't even have to fly you out and put you in a hotel. I can just send you a StreamYard link. So this right here. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. And yeah, as I said, right here, President Trump says Todd Blanche is doing a phenomenal job as acting Attorney General of the United States of America. Under Todd's incredible leadership at DOJ, murder is down to the lowest level since 1900. And we just saw the biggest one-year drop in recorded history. Violent crime arrests are up 100%. So it's obvious that he's very, very happy with Todd Blanche. He's been doing a great job. Jeremy would fly to Timcast? Never. Never. Not even close. Todd Blanche is doing a lot better than I thought he would, says Crystal. He's been great. I mean, I don't know if I had any real expectations either way when he was brought in. But yeah, he's been great. Dark Gavel says Citizen Vigilante League, just saying. That movie, I talked about it when it came out. I made a video for Geeks and Gamers. That movie's really kind of really fizzled out, the conversation around it, which I thought it was going to continue to go. I thought it was a very important movie, and I thought it was going to be a very important movie for a lot of people, but the conversation around it has kind of fizzled out. I'm actually shocked about that. I don't know if a lot of the reports about Army Hammer's comments had something to do with it or not, but I know that there were Army Hammer's comments were reported, and then people said that it wasn't true. I don't know if we ever got confirmation one way or the other. Yep, probably because it was terrible, message aside. Well, you're right about that, Jessica. I don't think that Citizen Vigilante is a good movie, and I said that in my review. I don't think it's a good movie, but I think it has a great, message to it. And it sucks that we're having to speak about movies from that perspective, because truly I don't want movies that have a message. I would rather just have movies that are entertaining. But when you are in a world where Hollywood's always pushing out their messaging bullshit, you want something that's going to counter that. And so that's what I thought of that. But then Army Hammer's a fucking psycho who has TDS, by the way. And I think a lot of people looked at this as like Army Hammer is the white Chad of our generation. He's the alpha giga Chad. It's like, dude, he's fucking crazy. Army Hammer has TDS. Army Hammer thinks white privilege is a thing. Army Hammer thinks that he benefited from white privilege. He apologized for his white privilege. He got Me Too'd out of Hollywood. And then he makes a super based movie, and everybody that doesn't know anything about him suddenly was like, Army Hammer's our guy. And I'm like, dude, he's a fucking psychopath. He's an absolute nut job. Might be a good actor, but he is a psycho. And doesn't take away from the fact that it's just like anything else, man. I can do a decent job of separating the art from the artist in most cases. Like a classic example of that is I'm a fan of the wrestler CM Punk. I hate Phil Brooks, the person. I can't. Phil Brooks is a woke leftist lunatic. But I like the wrestler CM Punk. But make no mistake, he is a terrible person. He is an awful human being and a crazy leftist. Grant Duke says, had to watch at double to catch up. When's the streamer going to talk about the real story? Hurry up, streamer. What's the real story? MJ says, I am worried about post-Trump world nightmare stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Tom Cruise level psycho? No. CM Punk in real life as Phil Brooks is Mark Hamill level psycho. That's the type of psycho he is. Tom Cruise is a psycho in a good way, but Phil Brooks is a psycho in a leftist way. The Under Armour Gamer says, as a disabled person, I never got why Trump is for mail-in ballots. Their family can drive them to the ballot box, and people like Tardo shouldn't vote. Damn. Bretto getting strays, as usual. Sounds like The Rock. I like The Rock, not Dwayne the Ad Johnson. Yeah, I agree with that. I am not a fan of The Rock or Dwayne Johnson, but I liked him as The Rock. So, okay. What the hell is that? We do have Tuesday night's main event tonight, so don't forget about that. And then also, I wanted to play this. It was a Joe Rogan clip. But I don't know if I can find it in my history or not. Yeah, this was kind of interesting right here. Here we go. Joe Rogan on his relationship with Donald Trump.
This world is crazy.
I love what you did with the Ibogaine with it, man.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Well,
what was the process on that? How long did that take?
I don't care what the process was. Way to go.
Thank you. The process was me texting Trump, literally, him on Friday.
Yeah.
He showed up at the UFC on Saturday, shook my hand, and said it's done.
You're kidding.
Oh no, I'm not.
Dude, how awesome is Trump? Like that is Trump.
Text him. He texted me back. Are you looking for FDA approval? Sounds good to me. I tell him how effective it is at helping all these veterans with PTSD, people with traumatic brain injuries, all these different things. People, I mean, we have a problem with fentanyl in this country. This is one of the best things that we've ever demonstrated.
People off. Yep.
I'm like, listen, there's so many people that risk their life for this country. They come back and there's no help, and this is the only thing that they've found help in.
Yeah.
And it's illegal, and that doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't have to go to Mexico to get treatment for something that you got because you were defending your country. And so he right away he was like, look, this makes sense to me. Like
common sense.
And there was a bunch of people that were trying to get in the way of it.
Of course.
People. I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
inside the White House, people that were trying to get, and he like was telling them, just do it, make it happen. And he made it happen. And that's amazing for everybody.
Yeah, no, it was amazing that, you know what, you stepped up, because you are going to be helping so many people. I don't think people don't have an idea of how bad it is and what that can do for them. So I think I was like, see, I always say, you always talk about you're a dummy. I'm a dummy. I always tell people, I said, he's super intelligent, and you are, because you got that done. It just proves it.
I never asked him for anything else. I've never asked him for anything. Never.
Maybe
but I was
a
like
signing pin or something.
he gave me those anyway. I didn't even ask. I've got a bunch of stuff. I got a pen. I got a bunch of things. But I was like, if there's anything that I would really ask him for, that is, it's bipartisan supported. Like Democrats support it, Republicans support it, 85% of the country supports it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to things like
It's true, Scully. Trump's the one that got it done, but at least Joe brought it to his attention. And to be fair, as Joe said, there were people within the White House that were trying to interfere with it, and Trump pushed through and said, no, get it done.
Game, which is not even remotely recreational.
No.
I haven't done
Makes
it.
people sick.
Everybody's done it, says it's horrible, you get diarrhea, but it's 24 hours of misery. But when it's over, you're a new person.
Good.
And look, and Rick Perry, because if it wasn't for him getting behind it, that changed everybody's opinion. Here you have this Republican, former governor of Texas, who's talking.
You know, I'll be honest. Back when Rick Perry was running for Republican, when he was in the primaries, I really was convinced Rick Perry was going to win the nomination. I wasn't following politics that closely, but if you remember, and maybe people that were following it more closely back then, he was on a hot streak at first. It seemed like he was the guy. And then something happened, and I think it was like it might have been a debate or something where he just made a fool of himself. I can't remember specifically what it was, but Rick Perry seemed to be in the Howard Dean, like, I'm on fire, he's crushing it. And then I believe there was a debate where something happened and it just like took all of his credibility, but I can't remember. A few of you are saying that is correct. Yeah, I just don't remember specifically
about it, and then talking about his own personal experiences doing it. You know, so him and Brian Hubbard, I mean, they really went all out. And when I had them on my podcast, not once but twice, to talk about this and the state of it, where it's being passed in Texas, they got $100 million from Ken Paxton. So, which is, no, was it Ken Paxton? No, who is it? Dan Patrick. Sorry, Dan Patrick. So Dan Patrick, who approved
from ESPN,
$100 million for this iBegan initiative. Like, these people
our boy Dan Patrick from ESPN. No, it's not Dan Patrick from ESPN. So, all right. So there's that. So there's Joe Rogan talking about President Trump getting this done, and there's not another president that's like this dude. There's just not. It's amazing. Just in, the House has just advanced forcing the SAVE Act, America Act, into must-pass national security funding legislation, on top of stopping the seasonal clock change, 215 to 211, secure our elections, citizenship, voter ID, send it to Donald Trump's desk ASAP. I think you're the one that tagged me in this, so thank you for that. I appreciate it. So get it done. Get it done. And we are going to be getting ready for Tuesday night's main event tonight. So that's happening on the main Geeks and Gamers channel. So I'm going to be ending this now because I got to get a couple things done before main event tonight. But Tuesday night's main event, main Geeks and Gamers channel. I'll have that link set up here in a bit, and we'll be over there in just a few hours. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with all of you over there. It'll be a fun show. We're going to keep it 2.5, 3 hours max. Okay, 2.5, 3 hours max. We'll be out, so won't be a problem. But I really do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for the support. As always, have a good evening, and I'll see you on Tuesday night's main event. Bye, everyone.